Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while since I've talked to you guys like this, and there's been a lot of development in my personal life and professional life that is going to affect the future of this channel. So I figured it would be appropriate to just make this video real quick to address the future of this channel. So full disclosure guys, what I do for a day job that allows me to live in this apartment, be able to pay the bills to sustain a life here. I am a photographer by day. I accepted a full-time position with a company and it's going to make me an employee again versus being a freelancer, which is what I was for the last four and a half years now at this point. The job is going to involve Monday to Friday all day. And it's going to be doing what I do already now for a day job, which is photo and video work, drone photo and video with commercial and residential real estate, as well as tourism videos and lifestyle videos. So it's nothing that I don't already do as a freelancer. This new job comes with a lot of benefits. First and foremost, health benefits. I don't really need to say to any of you freelancers or independent contractors out there who have to pay out of pocket for your own healthcare. But for those of you who don't pay out of pocket for your healthcare, it's really fucking expensive. If you can pay under $400 a month for your healthcare, you're golden. But if you have any pre-existing medical conditions, if you need frequent specialty doctor visits, that number can skyrocket up to in the thousands per month that you're paying out of pocket for your health insurance. So this job is going to be covering health, medical, dental, vision, life, you name it. It's the full ride of benefits. And really the main reason why I took this job is the financial benefits. I don't want to sound like I'm flexing. I hate that term, by the way. And I'm trying not to come off as flexing, but this job is going to be paying significantly more than what I'm making now. It pays over the six-figure mark. And in this day and age with inflation as bad as it is, having a six-figure income and being able to not pay out of pocket for health insurance and being able to put all of the money that I can for retirement aside, I couldn't say no to this job. I'm 37 years old and I have fuck all to my name to retire. So this job is going to allow me to retire at 65 comfortably and be able to enjoy my golden years. Again, I hate that term, but I'm going to be able to enjoy retiring from work at a somewhat healthy age and be able to enjoy life before I kick the bucket. So this job is going to provide everything that I need to sustain a healthy work-life balance until it's time for me to retire. And it's something that, if you asked me 5 years ago, I thought I was, going along for the full ride of SiriusXM. I thought I was going to be a producer for morning radio for my entire life. But after Sirius, I was applying to basically every single job opening in the broadcast industry in the New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. For the better part of 5 months, I was applying everywhere. And I had, I had around 500 rejections from 500 jobs that I've applied to. In that time, I had my resume reworked by quote-unquote professional resume designers. I've reworded it, reworked it several times over. And I even took classes from a job counselor that I was talking to of how to interview better for jobs and how to present myself to be the best candidate possible. And it just wasn't meant to be. I haven't gotten a call back from anyone in broadcasting, and to say that my pride, self-esteem, and self-worth was in the shitter was that would be an understatement. Fast forward to January of 2020, I got a job photographing inventory for a family of car dealerships. It's not what I was expecting, but I had a camera, I had a lens, so I was doing that, and it was work. I liked the fact that I was out in the field all day, I got fresh air, and I was getting to basically work on tons of cars and even work with some exotic cars. Like one of the dealers I worked at was a Porsche dealer, so I got to drive around in Porsches all day. That was pretty fucking cool. And as a car enthusiast, I actually kind of liked the job despite it not paying that well. You might have heard me say January of 2020, so you can only imagine what happened after that. I start working, I'm doing okay, and then COVID hits in March, just 2 months into this job. And suddenly my job is no longer deemed essential. I lose the job. The family of auto dealerships I was working at went completely under, went out of business, and I couldn't get another job at any other car dealership. Not that I really wanted that job, but like no one else was hiring. I had about, let's say, 4 months, because this is at the time when we thought COVID was going to be just a 2 to 4 week thing. I had about 4 months of unemployment insurance, so I wasn't really worried. I called the New York unemployment office and I said, hey, you know, COVID hit, I had a job, but COVID hit, I lost a job. Can I still reactivate my unemployment from SiriusXM? And they said, no, you got a job, fuck you. I said, okay. I call New Jersey unemployment. They said, well, you just started working in New Jersey again for the first time in 5 years. You haven't put anything into New Jersey unemployment and you're denied. Fuck you. Okay. So I called just about every single federal, local, state COVID relief, and I was denied for every single one of them. So I was panicking. My landlord was still expecting his rent. My utility bills were still expecting to be paid. My credit cards were still expecting to be, paid off. And I had little to no money saved up. So I was in the shitter. Luckily, my landlord just happened to know a real estate agent, a very prominent real estate agent in New Jersey. And my landlord connected us. We started talking and he liked my personality. He liked my attitude. So not only did he give me a job, but he also subsidized the cost of this very lens that I'm talking on right now. This is a Sigma 14 to 24 2.8, and it's about $1,300 if you want to buy it brand new. I didn't have $1,300. So this real estate agent subsidized the cost of this lens as well as my drone, which is a Mavic Air 2, which at the time was the newest, latest, and greatest drone that DJI made. And this guy subsidized the cost of both of these things just so I can work for him. That was the most generous thing anyone's ever done for me in my professional career. So I started working for him and every little bit of my paycheck went to paying him back for the lens and the drone. I really couldn't thank him enough for this generosity. And even today, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for this generous act. So you know who you are. Thank you. As my freelancing career began with this real estate agent, I started getting work from other real estate agents. They saw my work. I started working with other real estate teams. From real estate came, corporate headshots, parties, DJs, you name it, anything with a camera that needed photo or video work. I was getting work. Full disclosure, at SiriusXM, I made no more than $50,000 a year at my highest paid salary at Sirius. And 5-6 years ago at this point, I was able to live comfortably in an apartment in Queens with my ex-girlfriend at the time. And eventually here in this apartment after we broke up, I was able to live very comfortably. But unfortunately, we live in a time now where inflation is the highest it's ever been. And unfortunately, in the last year and a half with inflation, it's gotten so bad that I can barely afford to pay for groceries. I can barely afford to, go out on date nights or even socialize with friends that much anymore because I have to nickel and dime almost everything. And it's just incredibly stressful to being your own boss is amazing. But full disclosure, guys, being your own boss sounds really cool if you're rolling in the dough, but a lot of us freelancers out there don't make enough money to just live off of what our net income is. The truth is, a lot of freelancers that you may talk to wear a lot of hats. For instance, I am a photographer. I'm a videographer. I'm an editor, meaning I edit other people's photos and videos and I edit stuff freelance for them, along with my own work. I'm an audio engineer, so I have bands that hire me to either record their EPs or, fix a couple drum edits or record drums for them and so they can go off and do their guitars and bass elsewhere. I'm an audio engineer. And I'm also, if you could say it, a YouTuber. So I make a little bit of money from this YouTube channel. So I have 5 sources of income, and all of that combined, I still can barely afford to live at all. I'm not an economist, I'm not a financial expert, and I'm sure as hell not a political channel, so I don't need any of this flaming bullshit in the comment section about politics or who you vote for, who you want to see as president. I don't give a shit. The point is, inflation is the worst that it's ever been, and it's causing me to really start to panic now. Freelancing is a very expensive job to do because if you're paid as an independent contractor, you have to be responsible for your own taxes, your own expenses, and your own accounting. So to go even further with this, I'm going to put it below. This is my finances for the year of 2023, this year alone. The first couple of years of freelancing, I made upwards of 50,000 gross income. This year, I haven't even done October's income and expenses list, but I'm on track to do maybe 40,000 a year if I'm lucky. And as you can see, the total deductions tab, that's how much that I'm spending to live. Whether it's the rent for my apartment and home office, whether it's for expenses, miles that generate back to me, meals on the road or part of my grocery bill, my cell phone bill, my utility bills, everything that comes with writing off to be a freelancer. You can see that the net taxable, that is what's left over in my bank account after all of my expenses. So as you can see, in January, I had $288 of taxable income. So after I get taxed on that, after that, that's what's left over to put away towards retirement. You can see that in June, in the summer months, I make almost all of my money for the year in the summer because that's when I get most real estate listings. I do 6 to 8 real estate listings in a day, and that's when I'm doing most of my weddings too. Summer is just great if you're a freelancer. Also, the sun doesn't set until like 7, 8 o'clock. So that's another 2 or 3 hours a day that you get to be out and working if you're like me and you're doing real estate photography. But let's look at June. $4,675.80 is what I made in total as a freelancer from all 5 sources of my income. And total deductions for that month were about $3,335 with a net taxable income of $1,341. I'm on pace to be either paying very little amount in taxes or maybe even getting a refund because my expenses and deductions are so severe for this year because of inflation that I haven't put a cent towards my retirement at all this year. That really woke me up as far as like how bad it is right now to be a freelancer. So to summarize all of this, that's really the reason why I went out and searched for this job and I accepted this job. I have to put myself before anything else. Look guys, the truth is I'm 37 years old and I have pennies to my name right now in my checking account. My savings account has roughly about $1,000 in it right now just for like if any oh shit moment happens, like if I hit a pothole and I need to repair my car, if I have to have like some sort of like medical expense happen, like I have that taken care of. I'm looking at my investment account right now, and my portfolio, what I have to my name in assets is $13,600. And to state the obvious, you can't retire with $13,600. So being 37 without anything in his checking account, only having $1,000 in emergency savings and $13,600 in retirement accounts, freelancing's not for me anymore. There are only 2 ways that you can be successful as a freelancer these days. Either you are just out of high school or college and you max out your credit card to buy whatever equipment you need, and you still either live with a bunch of roommates or you still live at home with your parents and you don't have a lot of personal expenses. So that's one way. Or if you're one of these people who broke the 6-figure threshold and you can live comfortably even with today's inflation, which I'd like to think there's a lot of you out there, but for all the weddings I do where I'm either second shooter or lead photographer, all of the colleagues I work with, they are all stressing the same thing I'm saying right now. So there's a lot of freelancers out there who just simply can't afford to freelance anymore. Again, I'm repeating myself here, but being 37 and being basically broke, I have no problem saying it. I need to be able to look out for myself and be able to provide for myself for my future, because this new job is going to cover everything that I need it to cover in order for me to enjoy the rest of my life. I need to put my own best interests forward. And that's it. It's as simple as that, guys. So, what does that mean for the future of this channel? So if you guys are thinking that I am not going to be doing content anymore, you can rest easy, because I am going to still be doing content. I built up this audience by doing the sound guy thing at Dingbats and doing the front of house POV live sound. I generated this audience because you guys love watching my vlogs and my live streams about doing the whole front of house live sound thing, and I greatly appreciate that. But unfortunately, this new job, I'm not going to be able to do as much of that anymore. So with that being said, I'm still going to be able to do those vlogs, just not as much of them. Instead, I'm going to also provide you guys some more studio mixing tutorials. I'm going to still be doing some live streams where I'm mixing old sessions. I'm still going to find ways to do content for you guys, and there's also something in the works with a couple of collaborators that I cannot wait to start showing to you guys. I'm really excited about this, and I'm really excited about the future of my content that I'm gonna still be giving you guys. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to make this video real quick and peel the curtain back a little bit to just show you guys a little bit into my personal life and my personal situation. And I hope you're understanding of my situation, and let's look forward to the rest of 2023 and 2024. Take care, guys. Peace.